Hey out there, slot car land. How's everybody doing this week? We've got our third installment of getting to know your slot car chassis. Today we are looking at basically four companies that have kind of transitioned from one to the next to the next to the next. They started out as Cox, believe went from there to Amrec, from Amrec to Rokor, from Rokor to Lifelike, and now Lifelike is now owned by Terry Flynn at Hayden Creek Slot Cars. So let's take a look at the. There's only five different Rokor Amrec type Lifelike chassis. There's the very first one that started out as a Cox, moved into Amrec, moved from Amrec to Rokor. Then the next chassis came out in Rokor, and then that chassis moved to Lifelike. Then Lifelike came out with a new chassis, and then now Terry Flynn owns it. And not quite sure what's going on with Lifelike right now. You can probably find out by going to Hayden Creek Slot Cars website and all that kind of stuff. So let's move the camera down and let's take a look at these cars. Here are your five different chassis from these four different manufacturers. So this is the very first chassis. You will find this chassis with the name Cox on the bottom of it. You'll also find it with Amrec on the bottom of it, and you'll also find it without a name on the bottom of it, and that is the Rokor car. Now I am looking at a set right now on eBay, buy it now, that has this chassis in it, but it's a Rokor set. So it'd be pretty cool to have that one as well to go with it. Now there's these two chassis look identical. They're exactly the same. I cut the tabs off of this one, these little fly tabs that come off on it right here. But there's no difference other than the fact that the rear ends are in the opposite directions, which I've never taken this one out, so that's kind of interesting. It must be the way they've got the motor magnets in it. But this is referred to as a KM1 chassis featuring ground effect wings. I've got another one of these in the package because I thought this packaging was really, really cool. So I bought another one off of eBay. And then this one right here that looks exactly the same came in this package that says KM2 Sports featuring adjustomatic chassis. Unbreakable performance. So I'm pretty sure they're the same chassis. There may be some gearing differences. This rear gear looks a little different than this one, and there may be some motor magnet differences. The wing adjustable here looks different. This looks like it's solid in place, where it can't move up and down, where this one looks like it might be able to move up and down a little bit. So here's the top of the Amrec. There's the bottom of the Amrec. And then, of course, this is the one that's not been altered at all, so we'll take a look at this one as too. Now, you'll also find, like I said, you'll also find this car as a Rokor car as well. So the ones I saw on eBay from that set do not have a name on the bottom of them. So I'm assuming once Rokor bought it, they just started mass producing the chassis without the name on the bottom of it. Is my take on it. So if you have one that doesn't have a name on the bottom of it, more than likely you have a Rokor car, not an Amrec car. And I have another chassis. Let me double check that chassis for a minute here. And we'll double. Here we go. Nope, that one says Amrec on it, so that's an Amrec car. So you'll find this car this particular chassis made by three manufacturers: Cox, Amrec, and Rokor. So now the next chassis actually came about in the Rokor time frame, and you'll all recognize this as a Lifelike M chassis. Well, it actually started life as a Rokor M chassis. So it's exactly like the Lifelike, no different, no change, just exactly the same setup, exactly the same wheels, exactly the same everything. No change whatsoever. And of course, here is your Lifelike version of the M chassis. Does it say M on it? It does have Lifelike right there up by the guide pin, but exactly the same. As you can see, this car does not have the cover on it. I did not get this car new, so more than likely that was removed. But I'm assuming brand new, it still had this plastic protective shield from the armature, so you didn't burn your fingers. And then, of course, we all know Lifelike came out with the M chassis, which, to me, I do not like the M chassis. There's some people that do. Some people swear by it. I'm more of an M chassis guy. I like the M chassis better. To me, it handles better. It's lower to the ground, not quite as high as this chassis. With the whole kind of the can box motor idea here. But this is your M chassis. Of course, this is Lifelike right there on the side. Now, as far as I know, Terry Flynn is still producing this car. I'm not sure if he's producing the M chassis anymore, but that's who now currently owns all the rights and the name of Lifelike. So those are your Cox, Amrec, Rokor, and Lifelike. Once again, also all the bodies between all of them are all interchangeable. You can take an Amrec body and put it on a Rokor. You can put a Rokor on a Lifelike. You can put a Lifelike on an Amrec. All the mounting things never change, so you can interchange bodies going any different direction that way. So that is kind of a neat thing about it. So I hope that helps you identify your major Cox, Amrec, Rokor, and Lifelike chassis. Hopefully that helps you guys out. The next video will be kind of a conglomerate of cars. It'll be anything else that I have that's outside. Oh wait, hold on. We've got the we'll be doing a Auto World Johnny Lightning video, and then we'll be doing a video after that of all the other miscellaneous chassis that I have, whether it's Marchand, Viper. I don't have a lot. I just have a few. I have a Viper. We have a Marchand. I think that's pretty much it. Outside of that. So that won't be a very long video, but hopefully these videos are helping you out, helping you identify what cars you have and where they came from and what they are. And continue to have a great week. Continue to keep racing slot cars, and remember, keep that pin in the slot, the wheels on the downside. Keep racing slot cars, keep having fun, and don't forget to have a Merry Christmas while you're at it. And we'll be back after the Christmas break, getting back into our racing and back into our regular videos after the Christmas break. So I'll catch you guys then. I'm out. Bye.